It is Sunday, the 17th of September, 2017. I'm in front of the Unitarian Church of Montreal, just in the middle of my alternative spiritual practice of protesting against Unitarian Universalist injustices, abuses, and hypocrisy, which include, but are by no means limited to, clergy abuse. Clergy abuse is certainly one of the major issues that I'm dealing with, especially since the Unitarian Universalist Association was so incredibly foolish as to falsely accuse me of violating Canada's blasphemy law in legal bullying that sought to conceal such despicable crimes as pedophilia and rape committed by certain Unitarian Universalist ministers from the public by trying to intimidate me into taking down blog posts that told the readily verifiable truth about Unitarian Universalist rapists such as Reverend Mac Wallace Mitchell and Richard Buell of First Parish Norwell. So that was a big, gigantic mistake on the part of the Unitarian Universalist Association, trying to pretend that my blog posts about Reverend Mac Wallace Mitchell and Richard Buell constituted blasphemous libel against the Unitarian Universalist religion. That only caused me to speak up, all the louder about such despicable crimes as pedophilia and rape committed by certain Unitarian Universalist ministers, who, by the way, you'll notice that's plural. And there are others. And there are other Unitarian Universalist ministers who are guilty of the sexual abuse of children, in some cases very young children, preteen children. There are also Unitarian Universalist ministers, other ones other than Reverend Mac Wallace Mitchell, who have at least been credibly accused of serious sexual assault. So, Reverend Mac Mitchell isn't the only Unitarian Universalist rapist. He's just the only one that I'd blogged about prior to being served with an arrogant and aggressive cease and desist demand letter by the Unitarian Universalist Association's Canadian attorney, Maitre Marc-Andre Coulombe of Stikeman Elliott Barristers and Solicitors in June of 2012, just over 5 years ago now. And I'm still waiting to be charged for blasphemous libel. I'm still waiting to be charged with any of the other crimes that I was accused of in that quite laughable cease and desist demand letter, like literally laughable. I don't mind saying that the very first time that I read Maitre Coulombe's cease and desist demand letter, when it arrived in my email inbox on Friday, June 1st of 2012, I literally burst out laughing as I was reading it, because it was so quite literally laughable. So I've had a lot of fun with that. Had a lot of fun just showing how incredibly foolish it was. But, it's not just foolish and laughable. It is also, it was a quite serious attempt to try to hide serious sexual misconduct on the part of Unitarian Universalist ministers, to say nothing of Unitarian Universalist Sunday school teachers and so on. It was a serious effort in legal bullying. It's just that it was also so foolish and inept that it was literally laughable. So yeah, there is a funny side of it, and I've had a lot of chuckles out of it, I can tell you. But and so have other people, for that matter. But on the other hand, it really is not funny that the Unitarian Universalist Association would actually have the unmitigated gall to falsely accuse anyone of any form of blasphemy for any reason whatsoever. But it's especially not funny that the Unitarian Universalist Association would accuse a person of violating a blasphemy law in legal bullying that clearly sought to conceal such despicable crimes as pedophilia and rape committed by certain Unitarian Universalist ministers and certain Unitarian Universalist Sunday school teachers. Who is